Yo, this is Gidro. Back at it again. This is for entertainment purposes only, you feel me? Now we reacted to more crazy ass things off my recommendations and just crazy ass things in general. Cause we had nothing else better to do. Second time I'm playing. But we're reacting to right now, foremost disturbing TV hijacking in history. Me personally, I never witnessed a hijacking present, but I have witnessed, people on the news or a news reporter will be talking and a person run up and snatch the mic, saying some crazy shit in the mic, or I'm talking about a person will be behind the reporter break dancing and pop locking and shit. But let's just get into this right now, you feel me? Cause there's nothing else left to say. Let's just react to this.
The defense, which hadn't put up a sack in 12 quarters, finally did.
Perhaps the most popular TV hijacking is the Max Headroom incident. It's likely you've seen it before. A man dressed in a suit, sunglasses, and most notably a Max Headroom mask. Max Headroom was a fictional character advertised as the first computer-generated TV presenter.
So this is the first AI?
He first appeared in his own movie before the character got his own TV program. Popular back in the mid-80s, it's likely most everyone instantly recognized the mask when on November 22nd, 1987, a sports segment on WGN-TV was abruptly hijacked. This being what appeared on the screens of thousands.
McMahon and McKinnon, 14-0 Bears. Then the defense, which hadn't put up a sack in 12 quarters, finally did.
Yo, what is this dude doing? Is he having a seizure? I ain't gonna front. That's some crazy ass shit. What is he okay? What is he getting out of doing this shit? But first of all, imagine you're watching Sunday night football, Saturday morning football. I don't know when football comes on, but I know you're watching football. You're drinking, little ass smoke, you eating nachos, all that shit, and then you're enjoying your good day, and then you see some bozo and a clown having a seizure side by side. I'll be like, what the hell is going on? I'll be pissed off. I'm like, yo, the fuck is going on? But I ain't gonna front. This look a little funny to me. They having a good time, whoever, what I'm saying, whoever doing this in the match.
The hijacking lasted a total of 17 seconds before
17
engineers at
fucking
WGN
seconds.
were able to regain control of the broadcast tower by switching to a backup frequency. At the time, not even they knew what had happened.
Well, if you're wondering what's happened, so am I. Actually, the computer that we have running our news from time to time took off and went wild. So what we're going to do is start over from the top with the Bears and tell you once again about the 30-10 victory they had over Detroit today out at Soldier Field. We'll show you from the top and show you again.
The video itself shows the man in the Max Headroom mask swaying erratically, all while the background rotates from side to side. This is seemingly to recreate the look from the actual Max Headroom show, which features a similar background. During the hijacking, a distorted buzzing sound can be heard.
What is that show?
Only the visuals were successfully hijacked. However, on that same day, a few hours later, a different station, WTTW, was also hijacked by the same group. And this time there was audio.
You should talk often with the old ones of your tribe. That is the only way to learn.
That look a weird show, but I'll still watch it for some reason.
You can try closing.
Because he's a freaking nerd.
Yo, he's called it. The first thing a hijacker said is he's a freaking nerd. That's some funny shit. I ain't gonna front. Who is this person? This had to be an inside job. Cause there's no way a person is that good of a hacker to hack a fucking channel like that. Some hackers are good, you feel me? But this is like an inside job. Somebody was pissed off at their paycheck, so they about to hack that channel. That's some funny shit though. The first thing he said was, "You a freaking nerd." That's some funny shit. I ain't gonna front. But let's get back into it. That shit. He said you.
What's the way? Your love is fading. I still see the
Oh, this is some funny shit. I ain't gonna front.
just laid a giant masterpiece for all the greatest world newspaper.
Trust me, people.
This
I got
second
breathing
incident
problems.
lasted longer at about 90 seconds.
I've been coughing.
This
My
is
lungs
because
is
no
fucked up
engineers were on
from
duty at the
smoking.
time.
But this shit's funny.
No
I
one
ain't
was
gonna
there to
front.
quickly switch to a backup frequency. The motive behind the interruption is unknown, as there isn't really ever one clearly established, even with audio. Many suggest the man was simply rambling on, saying any nonsense sentence that came to
Any
mind.
nonsense sentence.
However, others think differently.
Paper.
I think I'm better than Chuck Swirsky.
The man mentions Chuck Swirsky, who was a TV reporter employed by WGN. At one point, the man also begins humming the tune to Clutch Cargo, a cartoon that aired on WGN. He followed this with I Still See the X. This is possibly a reference to the last episode of Clutch Cargo aired on WGN, titled Big X.
I still see the X. Oh, I just laid a giant masterpiece for all the greatest world newspaper.
The voice is funny. And this person's fucked up and
Additionally,
crazy.
the man
I ain't
mentions
gonna
how he
front.
made a giant masterpiece for all the greatest world newspaper nerds. He likely meant World's Greatest Newspaper, or WGN, the first station that was hijacked. Perhaps he felt wronged by the station in some way, and the hijacking was deliberately created for and against WGN. Or maybe everything he said was all nonsense. Whatever the case, the FBI immediately started an investigation, confident they would be able to find whoever was responsible for the interference.
But the odds, I'd say, if a guy continues to involve himself, either sporadically or continuously, it's very great that we will determine who it is.
Months, years, and now even decades have passed with no sign of who's behind the Max Headroom mask. All we know for sure is what's shown in the video. At least 3 people were involved, one under the mask, one behind the camera, which can be proven from a slight shift in the camera's angle at one point, and one rotating the background, which is shown stopping when they step into frame themselves. Also known is that the video was not recorded live, rather it was pre-recorded. This is proven with the visible cut in the video.
That is
To this day, it remains
creepy kind
unknown
of.
who
I ain't gonna
hijacked
front.
the 2 TV stations. No one has ever been charged.
But it is funny.
On August 19, 1987, during the 4 p.m. edition of KNBC's Channel 4 News, reporter David Horowitz was interrupted by an
Damn, he's
unidentified
getting
man
stuck up.
walking into the
Right there in
studio.
the news channel.
The man
Yo,
appears
that's some
in
funny
frame armed
shit.
and hands David a set of
How did he
papers.
get?
He instructs him to read
I
them.
gotta stop this real quick,
And
yo.
without another option, David
That's some
calmly
funny
does
shit.
what
I ain't gonna front. How the hell do you get in the news booth where they recording shit at with a gun? And how did you get in there? With like when and he sticks him up. That's some funny ass shit. I ain't gonna front. Let's see. All this is
Told.
pretty fucking crazy.
What is this?
His head called the cops now.
He's got a gun to his back. All right, well, let me read this. Folks, we have someone on the set who's standing here and would like me to read this this copy which was just handed to me. You want to tell me your name or not? What is it? And Gary, where are you from?
The video was then
Yo, this
taken
dude's
off the
gangster.
air
He
and
said his
replaced
name and
with a still
everything. You did
screen.
not give 2 fucks.
But thousands of people had already witnessed it live, and police were immediately flooded with calls from viewers. Monitors in the studio clearly indicated they were no longer on the air, but the reporters desperately tried to convince the man he was still on. He believed them and continued to let David read.
I was warned in 1981 by someone with connections at the CIA to stay off the computers, that they didn't trust people on computers. When I began receiving disturbing calls from my parents, which led me to believe that something terrible was going on, I was then forced into a mental hospital in Tallahassee, where I learned that my brother-in-law had been driven insane.
I think this is a
in the
cry for
same-
help.
What is it?
I ain't gonna
In the
front.
same manner that someone was trying to do to me.
After minutes of this, David finally finishes reading the statement, at which point the man sets down his weapon, and it's revealed that it was only ever an empty BB gun. Police entered the studio and immediately arrested the guy.
Got
was
yoked
Gary
up
Stolman.
and shit.
He managed to get in the studio as a guest to an employee. His father, Max Stolman, would sometimes
Another
work for
inside job
KNBC as a
looks like it.
reporter. Once inside, Gary waited for the channel to go live before walking into frame. Now, written on the paper Gary wanted read, it turned out to be a nonsense statement on the CIA, alien life, and other conspiracy-type stuff. One of the sections read, "The man who has appeared on KNBC for the past 3 years is not my biological father. He is a clone, a double created by the Central Intelligence Agency and alien forces. It is only a small part of a greater plot to overthrow the United States government and possibly the human race itself." Gary was sent to a county jail.
Okay, I got
trial.
it. Okay, hold up.
He was found
Hold up.
mentally ill.
You know what? A lot of things might sound crazy, but this world is crazy. This dude might be trying to tell us some shit that we should know. You know what I'm talking about? You know, the fact that they threw him in jail and all that, and they found him to be crazy. That's crazy. I ain't gonna front, but I don't think anybody would just say some shit like that and make it up. Like some shit you can't make up. I don't think that dude's crazy. I think that dude seen some shit. You know what I'm talking about? That's real. I ain't gonna front. But hell yeah, they when you say some shit people don't like, bro, they'll throw your ass in jail
His
and
father
call you
later made a
crazy
statement on
when
the
you say the
internet
truth.
reading, "I do have a sick son. He's
But
been
that might be real. I ain't gonna
hospitalized a
front.
number of times. I'm just thankful he wasn't shot."
That might be real. He might be trying to tell
In
us some
July
shit.
of 2007, WJLA, a TV station in Washington, D.C., was abruptly interrupted from its regular programming. Everything was going as usual, when all of a sudden the screen went black, and without warning, this image appeared on viewers' TVs.
It's not so
Close-up,
bad as the
grainy,
first, the
black and
last
white
two.
photo of two human heads,
But it's kinda weird.
one smiling, one not. Viewers watching live were confused and honestly creeped out. The image was unsettling, to say the least. It stayed on screen for several
Both of our
seconds
personalities
with no
in this one
movement
picture.
and no sound.
All of our
just
personalities.
the image, before
Oh, that's
abruptly
funny.
disappearing and returning to the station's regular programming. Many viewers called the station and made posts online trying to get answers. In response, the cable company ended up releasing an official statement on the incident. They claimed the image was a still frame from an advertisement for the Oprah Winfrey Show that was scheduled to play later on. Basically, they reasoned that their system somehow glitched in showing the still frame. This explanation left people skeptical. Many searched but found no Oprah Winfrey advertisement showing anything resembling the still frame.
Why the hell would
It's
they
widely
lie?
believed the explanation was a cover-up for a successful hijacking of the station. Although, if this is the case, whoever's responsible for it is not identified.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Viewers that had footage of the incident found that after posting them online, they were mysteriously getting taken down. There are no surviving videos left on the internet today, and so footage of the incident is now being treated as lost media.
Yeah,
The only
you know, that makes sense, kind of. They can't tell people that they've been hijacked. Because if you tell people that they've been hijacked, those motherfuckers about to get hijacked every single weekend. So they're going to have to cover it up and say that, boom, is a part of Oprah Winfrey. The Oprah Winfrey Show. That's some crazy shit, but that is
remaining evidence
something
is
smart
this
that,
picture of the
that's
still
what
frame.
motherfuckers be doing online and shit, so... I'm tired as hell, by the way. People, I'm tired.
It's
You
January
feel me?
3rd,
Long day.
2007. The
Working
Australian
now.
broadcast channel, Channel 7,
I was
is
tired before
broadcasting a
that, but
rerun of an episode of the
How the fuck
Canadian
I'm tired before
television
that? I really
documentary
didn't do
Mayday.
much. Back to the
At one
video,
point during the
shit.
documentary, the audio suddenly cuts out and is eerily replaced with constant looping of a man yelling the words, "Jesus Christ, help us all, Lord." The visuals remain unchanged. It was only the audio that was affected. One viewer witnessing this pulled out his camera and began recording the strange audio.
Jesus Christ, help us all, Lord. Jesus Christ, help us all, Lord. Jesus Christ, help us all, Lord. Jesus Christ, help us all.
Help us, Christ. That's real.
Jesus Christ, help us all, Lord. Jesus Christ, help us all, Lord. Jesus Christ, help us all, Lord.
Turn the volume up?
Help us all, Lord. Jesus.
This would go on for
little
over
creepy.
5 minutes before returning back to the documentary's original sound. The viewer wrote, "I was channel surfing and heard this weird sound being repeated. It caught my attention as it was very odd, a bit creepy. I thought it was some kind of subliminal message, or that someone must have hacked in. I tried ringing the station for several minutes, but they never
You
picked
call
up.
at the station, they're not going to answer
After
nobody.
gathering enough attention, a spokesperson
That's like
for the
trying to call a
network would make a
celebrity. They're not
statement.
going to answer you. Or DMing
He
a
denied the
celebrity.
transmission being
You
a
think they're gonna
prank or
answer you,
security
bro.
breach,
Can't call
and
them.
actually claimed that the repeated line was a part of the original broadcast. He further stated that the audio actually said, "Jesus Christ, one of the Nazarenes." However, there's almost no similarity between the two phrases. People took this statement almost as a joke, considering how absurd it was. It's believed the station's audio was temporarily hijacked, and the network didn't want to admit to it. A few independent researchers began an investigation on where the original audio came from, and surprisingly, it was actually found. It turns out the audio came from the haunting video of Preston Wheeler reacting to an ambush on his convoy in Iraq.
Jesus Christ, help us all, Lord.
This attack occurred after the convoy had made a wrong turn down a dead-end street. Though Preston was fortunate enough to make it out alive. The finding of this video seemed to raise only more questions, like the reason behind why the hijacker chose to use this audio. No further information would ever be discovered. The whole situation kinda just slowly died down with no real answers. The hijacker responsible was never identified.
Well, you know what I mean? Sometimes it be like that, you feel me? I don't got much else to say. The person made great videos, and this is another video that I reacted to off this cat right here, this dude, Scaring Chills, Chilling Scaries. I don't fucking... The link gonna be... Oh, Chilling Scares. Alright, there you go. I just seen it right there. The link will be in the description below. I'm tired as hell. I gotta go get some sleep. Show me some love. Peace. I'm out. And I hope the best for you guys. Shit. And put the head... Help. Show me some love.